The first phase of President Trump's new 10% global tariffs will take effect at midnight, impacting all foreign goods coming into the United States.
The president promises to increase those duties for countries he describes as bad actors starting Wednesday. This as stocks fell sharply again. The Dow, NASDAQ, and S&P all falling more than 5% today. Investors are pulling back amid uncertainty around trade relations. President Trump, however, is standing firm, posting on social media, quote, "Only the weak will fail." Secretary of State Marco Rubio also shaking off concerns.
I don't think it's fair to say economies are crashing. Markets are crashing because markets are based on the stock value of companies who today are embedded in modes of production that are bad for the United States.
Tonight, China is responding to President Trump by announcing a 34% tariff on U.S. imports. The tariffs will likely impact consumers and businesses across the nation. Meanwhile, the Federal Reserve Chairman is warning higher tariffs are likely to increase inflation.
It's now becoming clear that tariff increases will be significantly larger than expected. And the same is likely to be true of the economic effects, which will include higher inflation and slower growth.
President Trump on social media today pressuring the Federal Reserve to cut interest rates, accusing Chairman Jerome Powell of playing politics. While Democrats slammed the president's policies on the Senate floor, calling out, among other things, the tariffs imposed on a remote island near Antarctica.
It is unclear to me if the White House even knows what they are doing. They literally put a 10% tariff on a bunch of penguins.
The administration says the pain will be temporary and, quote, worth it. Meanwhile, in response to tariffs, Governor Gavin Newsom is urging international trading partners to exclude California-made products from any retaliation. New
tariffs are already hurting local almond growers. ABC 10's Jeannie Wynn shares their concerns and whether the state is even allowed to be exempt from tariffs.
We purchased this farm in 1980, so we are coming up on our 45th anniversary of growing organic walnuts.
But last year, Craig McNamara decided it was time to start growing almonds on his property, Sierra Orchards. With the announcement of tariffs this week from President Donald Trump, McNamara says he is worried about the future of his business.
We don't want tariffs that create trade wars that impact our businesses. And yet we've seen that historically.
These almond trees here at Sierra Orchards in Winters are still a few years out from being harvested. And with these tariffs, the concern is that it will hurt almond growers more than benefiting them.
The industry of almonds used to sell a lot of almonds to China. That's changed now because of imbalance in trade and tariffs that have gone back and forth. So I worry about the sustainability for our two adult children who are integral to this farming operation.
On Friday, Governor Gavin Newsom announced he is attempting to exclude California from retaliatory tariffs imposed by other countries.
I'll remind all our international trading partners, California is a stable trading partner, and we hope you consider that as it relates to California-made products.
Agricultural economics experts at UC Davis say that's easier said than done.
Obviously, we can't set our own trade policy. The tariffs that the U.S. sets, California is obviously subject to.
They say countries like China may not see the benefit in excluding California from these tariffs.
These countries need some leverage to work against President Trump. And Governor Newsom is asking them to reduce their leverage. I'm not sure why they would do that,
leaving growers like McNamara wondering what's going to happen to his business.
California grows 80+% of all the world's almonds, and we export about 85% of the almonds to nations around the world. So that's a very, very significant business.
In a statement to ABC 10, the Almond Board of California says it's closely monitoring the impacts of the tariffs and needs time to evaluate. But China has already imposed a 34% tariff on all imports from the U.S., making the combined current tariff for raw almonds from California 69%. To learn more about the tariffs and how to navigate your personal finances, just check out the various resources we have for you on our ABC 10 Plus TV app. Download for free and watch on your TV.